Okay, good evening to all you fellow TIs out there. I got a new trick for you for tonight. As you can see, I got the X recorder showing and currently in use. And as you can see over to its right hand side, I got the Thermal Night Vision app. Now, watch this. You wondering, you see my hand? Now, which I thought this was very weird because every human has a heat signature. The only way you can block heat from your skin showing is with mud, but other than that, you're supposed to produce heat from the body, right? Now, I'm gonna cut the lights off. That's the heat vision. Now, turn the lights back on. As you can see, I'm gonna cut them back off. Nothing. Nothing. It could be due to the fact that they keep trying to hack my phone, but I could be wrong. Oh, I gotta be careful. Now I'm gonna switch it. Now you can see that it's off. Oh, never mind. There it is. Okay. One of the things I wanted to show, the reason why I wanted to show this to people is mostly because this is a way for you to actually find the Magellan when it's moving. Or should I say the Nano? Mostly because it produces a heat signature. So as you can see, there's mine. But there's a reason why I'm showing this. And the reason is quite simple. You know when, now let me cut that. And I probably should. I'm gonna leave a warning label about there for people to just skip if they are being sensitized to both blue and red, because there was blue and red in that. Now, the thing that you need to know about this is that I understand people deal with gang stalkers at night. Now, what you can do is use this. You can even use ultra one of the actual night visions that now this is just for thermal heat, but there's one that's actually meant for night vision as well. You could also use that, and this will be a good way to catch them hiding in the dark. I'm telling you, like, I've seen some really bizarre things going through my targeting. Like, I've seen people hiding through the bushes. I've seen people hiding behind trees and stuff. Man, it's some really crazy stuff that these people will do just to not be seen and just to be able to stalk. It is really bizarre. I would go into even more details about the stuff that I went through, but I'd rather not. It was really weird, but I'm just, yeah. I'd rather not even go there tonight. I'd rather not. But anyway, just try this out for yourself. Remember, do not develop a habit for certain things, because one thing you need to know with dealing with gang stalkers, they're getting paid to sensitize you. They're getting paid to find out what works that triggers a reaction from you. So if they see you doing something prior to them doing something, then they're gonna keep doing that something to trigger that reaction. Instead, what I do is I use the bait tactic. I may say something, or I may do something as they're doing something, but I will only do it for, just to confuse them for a few moments. Now, it don't even matter that I'm even giving this information out for them to even hear, because, like, the thing is, they may hear this, but they don't know when I will initiate it. And you see, that's what really frustrates them. If they don't know what gets to you, and you're effing, and they know that you're effing with them back, it's just gonna piss them off. So just try. That's technically two tips right there. But anyway, I really hope everybody out there is doing good. I know it's not easy dealing with this. I even tried to record my EMF meter, but they had it off. They had it up to like around 600 um, earlier. As far as me going from work to home, it's crazy. But yeah. Anyway, that's one of my. This is one of my tips for tonight. Also, as far as the hacking is concerned, I found out something that they actually went as far. And when I started to fumble around with it, they actually went as far as shutting down my phone. It actually shut down my phone because of it. What I discovered was your built-in browsers actually have a menu within them, an extra menu. And I bet a lot of people didn't realize this. And it turns out, as you know, when I kept talking about the Amazonas, they literally somehow they're connecting that to the browser that's built into your phone. And just to give you a prime example, once again, I claim no copyright for anything. Let me just go to my browser. By the way, as I stated before, I do not use Google. I do not use Chrome because that stuff basically just gives them your information. And yes, I do mean Google just gives them that information. No joke. Okay. If I can find that website again, I think this might be it. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for this. If this is it. If it's not, then I'm gonna just have to back out. Nope, that's not it. Let me go down. This might be it. I think this is it. Yep, this might be it. If it's got the YouTube channel, then yeah. Is there a YouTube channel down here around here somewhere? Is it? Oh well, this at least goes into a brief explanation as to what you're going through. Amazon is an advertising platform that can be exploited for malicious purposes. Amazon, now again, I don't claim no copyright here. This is only used for educational purposes. There will be a link in the description. Amazon S is an Amazon's subsidiary misused for doubtful advertising campaigns and malware distribution. Adware can hide on malicious websites. Get Amazon this virus removed automatically. About the author references ask us questions for a little bit now, I'm not going to recommend to click on anything here because this is not the website that I've found, but this is just some information going over the process of what they're using to hack into your stuff. Amazon S is an Amazon misused for doubtful website. Yeah, we've already done that. Amazon Web Service (AWS) is a comprehensive cloud computing platform developed and maintained by Amazon. The others describe AWS as a bundled remote computing service provider. Cloud computing infrastructure over the internet with database storage, content delivery, computer power, and other features. Businesses can purchase computing power, database storage, applications, and other IT resources for pay-as-you-go pricing scheme. It has been uses. It has it has been developed in 2006 and appreciated by many users for the support for application programming interfaces API. However, Amazon not only users keep reporting the appearance of annoying S3Amazonas.com pop-ups that redirect to questionable websites. Again, that redirect to questionable websites. I'll say it again. That redirect to questionable websites, such as ask.com, search as, etc. Additionally, there are numerous Facebook users being interrupted by Amazon's links redirected to fake pages. This type of Facebook virus, which is why I don't use Facebook on my phone, started circulating at the end of 2018. Name Amazonas, also known as S3 Amazonas, S3 Amazonas Facebook virus. Classification: adware. Symptoms: excessive amounts of sponsored ad status messages on web browser redirected to relevant websites. This is just only some of it, though. Danger low. The app is not malicious itself. However, its content is highly suspicious and redirect to irrelevant or even unsafe domains. Besides, it may use tracking cookies and collect non-personal identification information. Bundles infect websites represent the manual automatically recommend scanning. Okay, so this doesn't have what I'm looking for. So that isn't it. Let me keep checking. I might find it. Just give me a second. This has a YouTube channel on its page, and that'll be it. Man, I got an idea. Because it seems like this is just mostly directed to desktops. But that's still good information, I guess. Um, check this out. The one I'm looking for definitely has a link to a YouTube channel. Okay, this looks like it. How to remove use? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Now then, Amazon has made reinstall itself multiple times if you don't delete its core files. We recommend downloading this file for scan. Now this is just for this is simply just for that. But mainly, all TIs out there, you're being basically hacked with Amazon Eyes. That's pretty much what this is. I'm pretty certain I'm not the only one who used the firewall app to see that. I'm pretty sorry everybody else has seen that. And let's continue. Yeah. Amazon is a legitimate cloud service that some online databases flag as a browser hijacker, a type of site and apps that cause unwanted browser changes. Amazon is maybe deemed as a hijacker because hackers sometimes use it for malware distribution. Malware distribution. A number of users have reported various problems with the service being labeled unsafe or malicious by Chrome, Firefox, amongst others. The typical symptoms for a browser hijacker are present. Whenever you click on a link, you are being redirected to another website. A definite symptom of a browser hijacker infection. The unwanted pop-up ads are also present, of course, while seeing references to the domain in question. S3amazoners.com is definitely not problematic in itself. The fact that users can essentially store more or less any file in S3 make it virtually impossible to know whether someone uploaded malicious files are there. In the past, I just wish they would shut that darn website down for good. Honestly, if it's causing this many problems, then it's pretty obvious. Just shut the darn thing down. It's not like it's the domain for freaking Amazon shopping, for freak's sake. Anyway, let's continue. In the past, the AWS Amazon Web Service credentials have been a common theme for hacker attacks, so it's also quite possible that an account owner has been compromised. If you are an account owner has been compromised, if you remember what I was talking about in one of my previous videos, how I was mentioning people's emails, how I said that it wasn't until I installed my email, not install it, but sign into it, and that's when the hacking started to happen. Yeah. Then a common theme for hackers also that an account owner has been compromised. If you are among the affected and recognize the clear-cut signs that you are in fact dealing with an Amazon virus, then it is high time you start reading our removal instructions. There's absolutely no reason why you should not remove this from your system right this instance. Again, you will be removing the Amazon virus, not the legitimate service. It can content one of the more dangerous viruses, or their Zeus virus. What is Amazonas? The most important question in the S3 Amazonas is an online cloud-based storage web service. The S3 actually stands for Simple Storage Service. It has been around since March 2006. They need to just shut the stupid thing down, for freak's sake. I get it, people. If this thing is literally can distribute viruses, who the heck is even using it other than hackers? Like, why keep it there, man? Like, why? And yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they're being paid to keep it there. It has been around since March 2006. It has been most commonly used for file hosting, web hosting, and as a storage for backup systems. So far, good. Nothing wrong with this service at first glance. Yeah, it's highly doubtful. And you would be right to assume so far. The most part, as we already mentioned, S3 Amazonas is not a malware, so why is it being flagged as a potential virus? More specifically, the type known as browser hijacker by a number of online databases, the Amazonas virus. The Amazonas virus is a browser hijacker element that enters the browser without the user's informed permission. The Amazonas virus is known for making unwanted browser changes, triggering automatic redirections to the Amazonas site, which is actually a legitimate cloud storage service. In essence, the Amazonas virus is a browser hijacker, or I get it, or possibly a malware browser hijacker, are not legally considered to be a crime, but are merely crude promotional tools. Unlike normal advertisements, browser hijackers come bundled with free software and other programs. This usually requires a warped variant of you. In fact, that's already a lie. I mean, come on. Like, if you're using that, hacking someone's stuff is illegal, dude. Hijacking someone else's stuff, that's the same as hacking. That's illegal. So I don't know why they would even say that.
Browser hijackers come bundled with free software and other programs. This usually requires a warped variant of user consent to infiltrate your PC. They reside in a legal gray area with no consent from the online community. Whether you clicking on next and installer is a consent. So the browser hijacker basically tries to make you go to a specific website or search engine to promote it and divert traffic towards it. A far scarier situation is if a malware is in one of the responsible for your problems. In that case, things may be dire. The files responsible for the infections may have brought something else on your PC as well, and your personal information may be exposed. Frequent examples of malware include stealing all sorts of personal information from you, including accounts and passwords to sensitive websites like online banking credentials, Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, and so forth. Now, if you're using Amazon, you got this problem. Don't put your credit card on there. Just buy the cards. Just buy the cards and then just use that. That's your best bet because that way, because I've heard some people have like their shopping networks get like rigged up like crazy, unnecessary purchases and stuff, and it's crazy. Includes stealing all sorts of personal information from you, including accounts, passwords, and sensitive websites like banking credentials, Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, and so forth. Depending on whether the malware in question is a Trojan horse, the hacker may even have a direct access to your PC. The most distributing violations even include the ability for the perpetrator to see you through webcams. While the chances of this last part actually happening are slim, we advise you to be extremely cautious when reading the steps in our guide below. In case you really do have a malware in your system and you fail to take action, you may end up with a ransomware. See or now, if you don't know what ransomware is, where they lock away your like phone and stuff, and they hold it for ransom, and they'll say like unless you pay such and such, then we're not gonna unlock this device. You can unlock the stuff. You can do a forced factory reset and then just do a factory reset. Take all that crap off. Now, when you understand which actual thing is infected, in my case, I already know what is infected, and it's my one of my emails, and that's pretty much what caused this to happen. And I know this for a fact because it happened twice. It happened twice with the same exact email, and that's how it happened. So whatever has traffic being redirected to something, it's somewhere in the email. So that's what's doing that, um, and what's triggering the rest of the stuff. So I know. So it just goes to show you where it could be coming, where it most likely is coming from. Anyway, let's continue. Cautious when reading the steps in our guide below. In case you really do have a malware in your system and you fail to take actions, you may end up with a ransomware. See our Spore ransom removal guide, for example, in your system, and that can be particularly disastrous if you do not have backups for your important files. So, and this is why I highly recommend SD cards. Summary name, Amazon is type, browser hijacker or Trojan, danger level, medium or high. Symptoms, numerous websites, redirects, unwanted pop-up ads. Distribution method, most probably malicious files stored on S3 Amazon's. Amazon's may reinstall itself multiple times if you don't delete its core files. We recommend downloading Spyhunter to scan for malicious programs. This may save your hours and cut down your time to about 15 minutes.
And I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because I don't know if they have an app.
Hopefully they do. If you are an Android user, please refer to this page for the removal. So, oh, good. Let's go there and check that out. Android malware. Android OS is an operating system developer. Yeah, I know. Okay, if you are unsure whether your phone or tablet is really infected by an Android, the symptoms one could be a coincidence caused by another problem, but more than one likely points to a malware loaded into your device. For battery life, I've had that, and it's really them swapping that around. You're already accustomed to your phone and you have a general idea of how long the battery should last. When fully charged, this time will gradually reduce over time due to the age of the battery, but any sudden drop points to added consumption likely from a malware associated hidden process. Call quality problems. If your phone calls are suffering from poor call quality and sometimes the connection breaks and there are no issues with our coverage of the course, then it's likely there is a piece of malware device that interferes with your calls or even possibly records them. Ghost SMS message. Some malware exists to spam SMS and MMS from infected devices. These could be just plain old spam, but they could also be dangerous links that infect other devices when clicked on. If your phone bill contains anything of the sort, then you have a problem. Data plan spike usage. Much of the existing malware requires a constant connection to the internet in order to send all data it records on your device. This outgoing traffic may not be recorded on your infected phone, but your company will definitely record it and charge you for the traffic. If you are suddenly asked to pay a much higher amount than usual, consider malware as a possible reason. For overall performance, you know your own phone. Yeah. You must add crazy tips on how to avoid getting infected. Through Google's App Store through downloading there are two ways on how one can obtain Android apps. Through Google's App Store through downloading a file from various locations. Out of these two, the App Store is by far the safest option. App download from the App Store. Now, the thing about that, it may be the safest, but there is also another way you can still end up getting malware, even from Google's apps. There's been known as a Google virus that actually went out about a while ago. And I think it still is, but the thing about this is that Google has it to where like you can have your apps and stuff scanned prior to it being installed. Okay, I'm just gonna skip through some of this. I'm gonna leave a link so you can just check this out for yourself. More vulnerable to Android malware. I didn't do. Now that I think about it, I didn't do any of that with this phone. None of the apps I installed came out of so I know that wasn't it. It was definitely the email because it happened as soon as I signed into the email. Boot the device into safe mode. To do this, press and hold the power button on your device until the power option shows up. Settings or application manager all. This is just to give people a good idea of what they need to deal with. That's the force stop button. Once more, I'm not claiming any copyright here. This is only, you can pause and stop. I'm going to leave a link to this, to both pages. Go ahead and copy that. And what I'm going to do is leave this to people to deal with this. This is just giving you a clear example. If you want to see the PC version, it's also here too. I'm going to leave a link to that as well. The website is howtoremove.guide. Alright, this will be another video I will be posting up. Hope you all enjoy and hope this helps out. I'm over and out.